Morning, everyone. May 2015 was certainly when we first started out. I suppose there's three real pointers and reasons that's driving the engagement in a really important topic. So one is to collaborate with others and do the right thing for our elder selves and also the community and the country at large. So that's very important. Differentiate ourselves in terms of our proposition to particularly the business marketplace, because having access to the experts across various different sectors is absolutely compelling in terms of opening up markets to expertise and support that people need, but also identifying innovation and ideas that actually could help us to serve our customers better, to serve our communities better. And actually, with so much potential on the horizon, you might be forgiven for thinking that there's a real barrier in terms of the number of issues and priorities that we're actually facing. You've got climate, you've got the war, you've got the cost of living, all of those things are compelling, and they do take so much focus and time, particularly of decision makers across various different aspects. But one crumb of comfort, I think, is the fact that over the last 2.5 years, even during a pandemic, what we've actually seen is the standards that have been adopted through ISO have actually been starting to infiltrate and work across 20 countries already during a pandemic. So it is possible. And I think that's a really important fact to note. I think one other aspect, one other action to ask of ourselves today is the fact that I think most people in this room are cheerleaders. We actually get the agenda, we get the aim, we get the ambition of what's trying to be achieved here, which is fantastic. But then again, I think we also then understand that when we go back to the workplace, go back to other consultations, we're talking with people who are not necessarily cheerleaders. And so we all have those perhaps barriers, those arguments, those constructing of criticisms to try and overcome. So one action and one ask I would make of ourselves is to see what we can all do to help one another when we're trying to champion that cause in terms of getting decisions, trying to get green lights for projects, for funding, whatever it might be, in terms of moving things forward. Standard for me, they're the shared and ratified wisdom of people with the expertise, with the proven expertise in the subject matter, and know the needs of the organisations and the communities of the people that they represent. And being at the forefront of these standards today mean that in years to come, you and your organisation can very much be viewed as the leader and expert in your market to the wider marketplace, which we know will continue to grow. And lastly, on if I apologise really, a deeply personal note, I recall being in one of these workshops back in 2016, 6 years ago, and the speaker was talking then about how men in particular have so much of their social network rooted around their job, around the location where they happen to be working. So they do their day's work, all the networking, etc., that goes on there, and then go home to partner and family. And there and then I made a promise to myself that perhaps 5 years out from my planned retirement, I would start to build networks more locally. I would start to join events and clubs and things to help me build up to that much dreamed about retirement in terms of trying to make that risk of isolation and loneliness, trying to make that a little bit easier. But there is no guarantee of life that any of us will reach that much desired bliss of retirement. We have to remember it is a privilege and it's not a right to live into our local life, into our later lives. Today, I'm age 46 and I stand before you as a widower. With work having changed so much, and as a result of COVID as well, at times, well before I had perceived, it's been bloody lonely. And so when we talk about our elder selves today, let's make it really deeply personal, and let's think about how we can make that plan, that collaboration of working together to make society and community better for our elder selves. Let's make that as personal as we possibly can. Really look forward to chatting to as many of you as we possibly can during the day, and let's hope for a productive day. So thanks, Ian.